Right. Fuck the ad. Okay, so. Yeah, you see this? Yep. 7 freaking layers. Like, just for the hair, that is 4 layers. For the skin, that's 2. For the outline, that's 1. The hell? And then, where the fuck is it? We've got my story. Oh, writer's notes. 2 inputs. And then we've got the story based on her. Wow, that is massive ass motherfucking story. I saw the way you looked at her, Deadlock. How your cheeks turned the colour of pink. I saw the way you looked at her, Deadlock. How your cheeks turned the colour of pink. That's my impression of, what's her name? Sage. I heard someone... No, okay. Yeah, save. Fucking... Just... No. There will be a little bit of smut. But someone commented on my fucking story, so, and I deleted it because it was like not really interesting. I'm actually gonna delete that. Selected, delete. Okay, and then 2 parts. 1 part. So it just starts off with chapter motherfucking 1, bitch. Then chapter 2. Alright. Where am I up to? Nickel. Fuck. I wasn't blushing. Deadlock stammered. The healer knew she was lying because of how she said that. It was plain to see that she was when Yara was in the room. They continued to walk through the HQ and Sage was telling Deadlock all the things she'd be helping Yara with. Do you understand all of that, Deadlock? The healer asked the blonde. She nodded. She started to walk off when Sage put her hand on her shoulder and stopped her. Please don't stop this up. Sage really wanted Yara to learn Spanglish, and as Deadlock already saw something in Yara, she thought she would be the best person to help Yara. Tomorrow you will help her train and teach her English, the healer said with a smile and a serious tone of voice. Deadlock nodded. The healer allowed her to return to where she was before. She walked in the mess hall, seeing each of the other agents in there gossiping in little whispers. Jet was the first one to make Deadlock's return to her seat and filled her in what happened. Really? She just walked in, put the finger up, and got coffee and walked out, Deadlock said, raising her voice a little. Neon shushed her because I didn't know if the new agent was still there. Yes, we're telling you the truth. Neon started to giggle and all the agents looked at her. Kinda sounds like you, Fade, when you first joined. Neon giggled. Neon said with a giggle, oh, ha, very funny, Tetulum. I don't know how you say that because that's a Turkish word, Fade said with a sarcastic tone. The others come to me. Continue to talk about the new agent when she randomly walked in again with huge bags under her eyes. She could feel the others looking at her. Watched. She groaned at hearing her brother's voice in her ears. What? She asked. The others straightened their back with hearing her speak English. Huh? Do I really need to teach you English when you know it already? Deadlock asked as she leaned leaned back, shook the whole entire house into her chair. Yes. Yes. You teach me, Yara said madly. Look scoffed upon hearing the horrible English that the new agent was speaking. Neon was holding back a laugh as hearing English being spoke so horribly as she learned it easily with its help. Okay, so that is this chapter. Okay. Neon said, "Good. Oh, haha, very funny, Tessalin," Fed said with a sarcastic tone. Oh no, fuck you. Other. They continue to talk. Fuck you. They continued to talk about the new agent when she randomly walked in again with huge bags set under. Fuck you. Under. No! Fuck you. Under. No! Bags under under her eyes. She could feel the others looking at her. Watched. She groaned at hearing her brother's voice in her ears. What? She asked. The others straightened their backs with hearing her speak English. Huh? Do I really need to teach you English if you know it already? Deadlock asked as she leaned back in her chair. Yes, you teach me. Yara said mildly. Deadlock scoffed upon hearing the horrible English that the new agent was speaking. Neon was holding back a laugh hearing English being spoken to so horribly as she learnt it so easily with Fade's help. Jet was watching along with Fade when Fade turned her head to see a very pink-cheeked Deadlock staring at the new agent make her new cup of coffee. Fade snapped her fingers twice and waved her hand in Deadlock's face, saying, Earth to Deadlock. Deadlock shook her head and stared at Fade. Raid, no, Fade. What? She said, shrugging her shoulders. I fucking hate when it does that. In response, Fade smacked her face. Once she did, Neon jumped a little in her lap, not suspecting Fade to do that, and looking at her with her big brown eyes. Oh, how loved when she did that. The cuteness. No! Once. Alrighty. That is actually the hardest bit to do, is actually write properly good chapters that sound interesting in writing. And if you can't do that, if you can't interest yourself in the story, which I am actually interesting myself. If you can't interest yourself in the stories, then in your own stories, then, well, you're stuffed because, well, you need to interest yourself in the stories. That's the main thing you need to do in writing stories, is actually interest yourself. Because if you're not doing that, well, you're not doing a pretty good job at interesting other people. Oh, yes, Fade! Yes, someone did that. If I hadn't seen that to this day, I was going to do it. I was this close to doing it. Not like you can see how this close I am. Now that is cute. Hunter up until that was cringy. The fuck? Oh my god. I love the fact that I made every single cover except for Taken Back. Oh, drop my fucking phone. Except for Taken Back in the end. That is sad. Like, I've made every single fucking thing here except for the end and Taken Back. Because I couldn't be bothered. One. And, well, those three were four. Those four were really easy to make. Like, Violet and Shimmer was just eyes, eyebrows, and whatever the fuck it did there. Curse Lifted was just, a Tulkun and my drawing of Pycon, and then, New Recruit is just, well, simple. It's just my OC that I am halfway through colouring. So you can tell that's actually my art. Because, well, where did I trace it? So yeah, you can tell that's my art. Because, where did I trace it? Anyhow. Oh, yes. Oh, and my sister said that is apparently her art, so. Wait. Every character but Yara belongs to Rant and Riot Games. I have to. That's just warning. Literally, every character but Yara belongs to Riot. Every character but Yara belongs to Valorant and Riot. Alright, here is a little blurb. A new agent has been found far from anywhere the other agents had known to look. But thankfully, Fade, an older agent, had to go on a mission to the Netherlands and find them. But she couldn't understand why this new, young, short agent, or was she saying it was all in Dutch? Didn't know what. Didn't know what she was saying. Okay. No. What shit she was saying. It was all in Dutch. A language Fade didn't know, but from the looks of it, she may have been swearing, and she was a Radiance, and she was a Radiant, as her arm was glowing bright blue with weird-looking markings. As Faye got closer, she saw that one of her eyes were also glowing a bright blue, and it was oozing the weird liquid, the same colour as Ryan radiant markings. How in the world would Faye be able to get this little woman back to Valorant HQ without her scaring her? After this young new agent had found a place in Valorant HQ, one of the other new agents finds an interest in her every time she's in the same room as Deadlock. Deadlock's cheeks turn a colour of pink, and the hero has noticed and said something about to her. Well, will Deadlock confess her feelings, or will Sage tell the new agent? Wait to find out. Every character but Yara belongs in Valorant and Riot Games. I have to make that clear. Oh, fuck. Do you want me to read the first chapter? I will read it anyways. After looking all over Amsterdam, Fate had finally found the new, young-looking and very short agent that Brimstone had wanted to be in Valorant. One thing is, how the fuck does she get this girl to trust her? Well, I could grab her and put her to sleep, Fate thought as she got closer to the girl. She had weird-looking scars all over her darker-skinned body, and had black hair which seemed to have not been her original hair color as it was growing back blue. She had a massive red butterfly tattoo with cool swirly patterns within it, and a dark navy jacket that looked like a business coat. Her hair was up in a ponytail and she had a small white cat walking around her legs, which had bright blue glowing eyes. And it seemed to watch Fade's every move. Fade was scared that the cat would pounce at her, claw her up, not like her own cat. Prism hadn't done that already. Jesus! Paragraph 2. As Fade got closer to the girl, she looked As Faye got closer to the girl, she got a closer look at her. One of her eyes were glowing blue, and one was a hazel color. Faye stopped and started looking at the shop, but still keeping a close eye on the girl. She got a closer look at her and she had a black sports bra and dark brown shorts with a silver chain hanging off of it, with a couple of rips. With rips here and there. I mean, it is really fucking hot right now. I am so bad, Faye thought. She needed to get this girl back in the vertibird before she overheated, in her long sleeve long black pants and combat boots. At this point, Faye had put her own black to white ombre hair in a messy bun. She was sweating and wiping it off her forehead and groaned at how hot it was there. She kept a close eye on this girl. It seemed that she knew the person she was buying the item from. Faye got a bit closer to them and to try and hear what the hell they were saying. It was all in Dutch. What the fuck did she buy? A small plot? Okay, so she doesn't seem harmful. Faye knew she wouldn't be much harm if she's buying a damn plant. But one question still struck Faye. Why her? Why did Brimstone want this woman in Valorant? Why not someone else with a cool radiance or someone that seemed scary? She would have to ask later. Some crackling came into her ear, and then came Brimstone's voice. Fade, have you found her yet? Fade shook her head and cleared her throat and pressed the comm bead and spoke in a lower voice. Yeah, I have. I just don't know I don't know how I'm going to get her to come with me. There was a loud sigh from the other side. Then Brimstone spoke up. I know you have never wanted to do this, but catch her and put her to sleep. And put the sleeping stuff I gave you into her neck. Fade shook her head, trying to understand if he was being serious or fucking around with her. Okay? Fade stammered into the comm bead. Save just now, we'll stop you. The girl soon left the shop and looked really happy with her purchase. Fade kept her distance from the girl until she saw nobody around them. She got closer and dug through her pocket for the sleeping thing. She got the syringe with a long needle-looking thing at the end of it. She grabbed the girl around her neck with great difficulty because she was fighting back. She had dropped her plant with her and her white cap's tacking face pants at this point. She soon got the stuff into her and she closed her eyes slowly. Her cat also calmed down and fell asleep. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Fade pressed her coffin bead and spoke into it with the girl's legs on the ground and her head and neck laying on Fade. On Fade. Brimstone, I have her asleep. Do I bring the cat that's been following her? She sounded very serious because she didn't want to leave the cat if it was important to this girl. Yes, bring her cat. He sounded more serious than Fade and happy. Was he happy that she's going to come to Valorant or what? Fade will have to have to be asked questions when she gets back. A lot of questions. Okay, can you come and pick me up and this girl? Can you come and pick me and this girl up? Yep, I'm on my way, Fade. Thanks. Once the girl was laid down, Fade sat and wiped all the sweat off her forehead and cheek. She hated the heat so much at this point. Carrie started to laugh. What you laughing at, robot? She sounded pissed off and not too happy with Carrie. You dream seer? Why? You're funny looking. Face scope. Oh, so the robot thinks it's funny to be sweating my ass off or something. The rest of the ride was pretty quiet. The girl was making mumbles while she was sleeping, or was it called something else? They didn't know. The cat also was twitching and moving some. They finally landed back in HQ. Fred was so happy to be back. To be back. She just got off and walked away until Brimstone stopped her. Fade, come with me. He didn't even look at her. Just walked past her and she scoffed and turned on her left and followed Brimstone to his office. What did you want me for? She crossed her arms around her chest and leaned on the wall, watching Brimstone as he shifted through papers. How did getting her go? Fine, I guess. Fade lifted her Fade lifted her shoulders and lowered them whilst saying that. Brimstone had a hand motion to say, you can go, so she left. While she was trying to leave, Brimstone spoke up. Keep an eye on her for me, Fade. She turned and death stared him. She didn't want to deal with this girl any longer. Sure, she said, grabbing the doorknob and walking out, throwing her hands in the air, lowering them while slapping her thigh. She almost slammed the door, but knew that Brimstone would be pissed off if she did, so she slowly closed it. When she was out, she went to see Neon. Liam Ling Wing? Huh? The strange girl said. She spoke as she woke up from being put asleep. Brimstone and Sage were there with her, waiting for when she woke, to help her not freak out. The last time she freaked out, she froze someone and they died. Which was her brother? She slowly sat up, groaning from not wanting to and hanging her legs off the side of the medical bed. Why is there a fucking fly in my... Where am I? She was confused and rubbing her eyes. They were still half closed, trying to adjust to the light coming from inside the medical ward. You're back in Valorant, Yara, Sage said, walking over and placing a gentle hand on her back, helping her up. Oh. Do you still remember English, little? She had a hand motion with her thumb and pointer finger and close and looked at Sage, rubbing her other hand on her eyes. Okay, that is good. I need you to meet some people. Okay. Sage let go of Yara and walked over to Brimstone and tapped his shoulder to make him look at her. Go and get Fade and Deadlock, Brim. He nodded and soon left to get the two agents she had requested to be there. After a couple of minutes, Brimstone returned with two girls behind him. One was scary to Yara. She had a massive scar thing across her nose and had mismatched eyes. She also had a septum and snakebite piercings, and was a lot taller than the other woman. She was dressed in a black tank top and black leggings. The other was blonde and had a light skin tone, and had blue eyes and freckles. She also had an electric arm. Her cheeks also had a light pinkish colour to them. She also was dressed in white jumper and grey sweatpants, and looked happy? Yara didn't know. Sage soon spoke up. Yara, I want you to meet Deadlock and Fade. They'll be showing you around the place because it has changed since you've been here. And and Deadlock will be helping you with your radiance. The blonde girl looked surprised, and the scary one looked happier. How will I help? I'm a normal human. She spoke up, worrying her words, sounding unsure of what was happening and what Sage was talking about. I'll talk with you later, Deadlock. The girl scoffed and crossed her arms in front of her chest. After some time, Sage used her own radiance to heal some wounds. Yara was off. Some wounds. Okay. Yara was off to her room, then Sage had to clean up while she was gone. Sage had learned more Dutch since she had been gone, so she knew some of what Yara was saying. Oh, I might be Dutch, but I can't understand some of that. Das bin ek ino tisafaka kema asavo, Sage. Am I in the same room as before, Sage? Yes, you are. I got it cleaned up for you while you were gone. Yara just nodded and followed Sage down the many halls and up a couple stairs. They soon ended up inside her room, and Sage stopped and spoke. If you need anything, just say, okay. Yara stammered, trying to remember the word. She put in the code. She last remembered being the code to enter her room, and it worked. Yara gasped at how much her room had not changed since she had left. She waved to Sage with a small smile, and Sage waved and smiled back. Sage left. Sage left. Fuck you. The door hissed closed, and Yara belly flopped on her bed and rubbed her head in the blankets. In the blankets, messing up some of the sheets. Now that Yara was settled in her room, it was time to find Deadlock and tell what she was going to do. She soon found her chatting with Neon, Fade, and Jet. Jet was the first one to speak up, because she was facing Sage at the time. Hey, Sage! Jet said with a little wave. Soon after she said that, the other three looked at her and waved along with Jet. Sage waved back to them. Could I borrow Deadlock for a little bit? Sure, she said, getting up, walking over, limping a little bit. Sage guessed from pins and needles from how she was sitting. She also groaned a little bit and rubbed her lower leg. What would you like? She said, standing up with a straight back and looking at Sage. Follow me, Sage requested. So Deadlock did as she said and followed. Sage was off. Deadlock gave a little wave to the small group before jogging to catch up with Sage. Why did you want me? She asked, soon walking as she had reached Sage and started walking next to her, not knowing where Sage was leading her. You are to teach the new agent English. Sage put air quotes around the word new, as Yara was far from new. Does she not know any? Nope, Sage simply said, soon speaking up again with a more gentle voice. I saw the way you looked at her, Deadlock. How your cheeks turned the colour of pink. That is chapter 1! One person's looked at that, apparently. Yara's head shot up from the bed. Where is Luna? Said, looking around and opening her eyes fully. She soon saw Luna sleeping in the corner of her room. Shit, you did. Little Mexicana cat, she soon said, lowering her head back into the bed. Shit, you scared me, cat. She soon groaned, knowing she was hungry and needed coffee. She slowly rolled off her bed, landing on the floor with a thud. Ow! She said, rubbing her side, and soon got up, starting walking off and hit the button with a hit the button hard to open the door with a loud bang. It opened with a hiss, and she walked off, and the door hissed and closed behind her. She walked in many halls, not passing anyone. Soon got to the mess hall. She once again hit the button with a bang to open the door. It hissed open. She saw Jet, Fade, and Neon. Neon was leaning on Fade's shoulder. Yara scoffed. She hated seeing happy couples, mainly because she could never find someone who liked her. They always backed her down because of her radiant scars. At this point, she had given up. She now has no interest in finding a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Each of the Asians that were there in the room shot their gaze over to Yara. She stared them. She didn't want them to look at her. She put the finger up and grabbed a plain white mug and put her coffee in it. She waited and waited once it was done. She grabbed it and sipped at the coffee whilst walking out the door. She scoffed and walked back to her room. Her stomach rumbled and she sighed and looked down. Nikoji, she whispered to her stomach, fuck you. She put the code in to enter her bedroom and the door hissed open and closed. She honestly hated today. She sat on her bed and put her coffee on the bedside table and laid back into her bed and put the blanket over her. I need to put a comment there. She plopped her head on the pillow and closed her eyes and slowly drifted off to sleep. Wake. It was back. Nico! Fuck. She thought that was going to leave once she was back in HQ, but nope, he was back. Itawuji Nito Horen. I don't want to hear you. She was sick of him. He had haunted her since her radiance got worse over time. A couple of days after she killed her brother from being scared, she heard his voice in her ears each time she tried to sleep. It was like his soul was haunting her for the rest of her life. But it wasn't just when she slept, it was also when she was about to kill someone. She had other plans. She wanted to sleep. I'd slip het. I'm going to sleep. I'm sleeping. Got it? She hissed and closed her eyes, and she did drift off to sleep. Let's turn off the fucking light. I wasn't blushing. Deadlock stammered. The healer knew she was lying because of how she said it. It was plain to see that she was when Yara was in the room. They continued to walk through the HQ and Sage was telling Deadlock all the things she would be helping Yara with. Do you understand all of that, Deadlock? The healer asked the blonde. She nodded. She started to walk off when Sage put her hand on her shoulder and said, please don't stop this up. Sage really wanted Yara to learn some English, and as Deadlock already saw something in Yara, she thought she would be the best person to help Yara. Tomorrow you will help her train and teach her English, the healer said with a small smile and a serious tone of voice. Deadlock nodded. The healer allowed her to return to where she was before. Oh, my throat is going really dry. She walked into the mess hall, seeing each other the Asians. I don't even know my own English. Each of the other Asians in there, gossiping in little whispers. Jet was the one to make Deadlock turn to her seat and filled her in what happened. Really? She just walked in and put her finger up and walked out? Deadlock said, raising her voice a little. Neon shushed her, because they didn't know if the new agent was still there. Yes, we are telling you the truth. Neon started to giggle, and all of the agents looked at her. Kind of sounds like you, Faye, when you first joined, Neon said with a giggle. Oh, haha, very funny, Tesla, Faye said with a sarcastic tone. They continued to talk about the new agent when she randomly walked in with huge bags under her eyes. She could feel the others looking at her, watched. She groaned at hearing her brother's voice in her ears. What? She asked. The others straightened their back in hearing her speak English. Huh? Do I really need to teach you English when you know it already? Deadlock asked as she leaned back into her chair. Yes, you teach me, Yara said madly. Deadlock scoffed upon hearing the horrible English that the new agent was speaking, Neon holding back a laugh as hearing English being spoken so horribly as she learned it so easily with Faye's help. Jet was walking. What? was watching along with Fade when Fade turned her head to see a very pink-cheeked Deadlock staring at the new agent. The new agent soon left the mess hall with her cup of coffee. Fuck you, and you, and you. I hate your friends and they hate me too. I'm through. With her cup of coffee. To make make a cup of coffee. Face snapped her fingers twice. Whoa, that's 1,000 words right there. Twice. And waved her hand at Deadlock's face, saying, "Earth to Deadlock." Deadlock shook her head and stared at Fade. "What?" she said, shrugging her shoulders. In response, Fade smacked her face. When she did, Neon jumped a little in her lap, not suspecting Fade to do that, and looking at her with her big brown eyes. Oh, how Fade loved when she did that. The cuteness in her face always made Fade want to Fade. I love Fade Shock so much, and that's where I'm going to end this video.